don't have any excuse. See, पहले there was an excuse. अब excuse ही नहीं है. But the downside,
हाँ,
actually,
we
downside
were
is
focusing on Europe and
Yeah.
so we don't care about PL.
कोई
हम
परवाह
भी
नहीं.
कितने बार बोल रहे थे.
Exactly. We've said this, and this is when now we don't have an excuse. And the downside to this is, I'll tell you, and this is what we've already spoke about. Now comes a very difficult part in the summer to rebuild this team without any European trophy. Sorry, without any European competition and no sizable amount of money or funds available. We are going to struggle to get. Victor Gyökeres is not going to come now. Osimhen,
Yeah, I don't think so.
probably not.
ऑस्मन आएगा. What?
Maybe,
नहीं
maybe not.
उसका he doesn't have I don't think so he has क्योंकि he's just keen to leave Napoli. I don't think so उसने ऐसा डिमांड किया है. उसका प्रॉब्लम एक ही है, पैसा.
पैसा.
तो he's on a high wage like almost 250 के आसपास के ऐसे कुछ है. तो he would demand that or more. That is the only concern. Like 200 250 तो प्यार से. We pay 300 350 like चूतिया players को who do nothing and contribute nothing. क्योंकि हमारे इसमें like है 4-5 players है at least जो है.
हाँ, बहुत है. अभी उस पे नहीं
if he
जाएंगे.
comes,
If he comes,
हाँ,
that's what I'm
I'm
saying.
just saying. So like वो एक है.
But we need to
Gyökeres
strengthen
नहीं.
literally every part of the pitch, and for that, European competition is very important. But अभी कौन से players आएंगे पता है क्या? That actually want to play for the badge. Someone like a Bruno Fernandes, someone like an Amad,
That's what I was saying.
someone like a Mason. I'm not going to say Mason Mount उतना खेला नहीं है, but someone like an Harry Maguire, as a matter of fact, who do not believe in personal glory that much. Yes, they do, but it comes along with club's progress. So now
Yeah.
at least we'll get those players. But then again, marquee signing will become difficult because we do not have funds and everything. So now
नहीं चाहिए.
नहीं यार,
क्या फायदा होगा?
When
क्या
you
तुम
need
मेरे
a
को बता इतने साल में
you
अच्छा
would have not wanted a Victor Gyökeres in the team.
I would have, but then
But he won't come.
if I'm getting Osimhen in place of that, where I have to pay him like maybe 50, like not me obviously, like the club has to pay 50 100 million more a week. क्यों नहीं? क्योंकि like तुमको like देख हमारी गलती है कि हम यूरोपा नहीं लिए. ठीक है, that additional money, that additional pulling power आ जाता, नहीं मिले, नहीं हुआ. You can't again go and sign Delap from
Shouldn't.
Ipswich and expect him. And expect him to be the main striker again. That's putting unnecessary pressure on him, just like we did with Hoyland. And he's shit. The whole fan base is abusing him. तू उसको फिर से वही डाल रहे हो. वो वहां पे कितना मार रहा है? 7-8 गोल मार रहा है.
Okay.
Just because उसने
That's goal
PL में
Delap.
मारा है. हाँ, तो तुम नहीं कर सकते. I'm not saying marquee, but like at least like established striker with mid and यहाँ वहाँ wingers या जो भी हम ले रहे हैं. अभी मुझे पता भी नहीं कौन से पोजीशन में हम आएंगे क्योंकि I'm only
Talk about
expecting
that
4 to 5.
later. But the point that we were trying to make, the point I'm trying to make is I think United will struggle in summer to find good players because even decent players who are playing for teams like Everton or Wolves or uske niche, they also want to be part of the team where, or the part of the club where they are being represented in you. Like, come on. I'll give you an example. If you are a player, you want to go to Manchester United. Your inclination is towards Manchester United. But now, let's say Arsenal, Liverpool, and United is coming for you. Practically so, you'd be like, yeah, you know what? United's in real soup right now. United's in real soup. It's not that they're not playing European Cup. That's fine. Fuck it. But even their structure from top to bottom is in a little bit of a turmoil. You know, they have proper funds. सर जिम रैटक्लिफ ने तो बोर्ड ही लगा दिया बेंचो ओल्ड ट्रैफर्ड के पास, नहीं है पैसा. कल आना.
बारबेक्यू का पैसा बच गया.
And I'm going to get to this. वो मैं बोलने आ रहा second, but I'm going to bring it up इसके बाद. But my point is कि see, everybody knows this. United is struggling financially. United is struggling as a team. United is struggling as a dressing room culture. Why would I go there, be part of shit, rather than if I can be part of Arsenal or Liverpool and probably thrive? But when I say this, second thing ये है कि United funds पे short है, but because we've not won European Championship and we're not participating in Champions League or Europa League next year, ये सबका पैसा कटा बेचो. ये सब जितने 300K 290
मैं भूल गया था.
सबका 20% wage drop. फाट.
थोड़ी खुशी मिली. I forgot that point.
So the fuckers who are at 350, the fuckers who are at 350, that directly go down 70K wage down. खट करके a week. 20% drop in wage. Straight up 20-25% drop होता है.
They deserve it. It's them.
people like Casemiro, people like Onana, people like Maguire, people like Bruno as well. Rashford to the
that's
revenge.
fine.
All of these fuckers will now get.
निकल जाओ फिर.
And I
हाँ.
think I think they should 50% down हो जाना चाहिए मेरे हिसाब से तो. But I'm not running a football club. My point is that now at least we will get some funding or maybe some funds उधर बच जाएंगे क्योंकि weekly wage bill कम हो जाएगा. Obviously, we're not playing.
Yes, and we're gonna sell.
We have to.
See,
And we have to.
Dick, before we go on this, I'll tell you on the earlier point which you were making. Like, जैसे एक प्लेयर को यहाँ वहां से ऑफर आ रहा है compared to United. I totally agree with you. It is like proper point. That's a proper point. इसमें अभी I'll tell you there are players still, which is shocking, but there are still players who are still into football and not just money and like trophies. You can do that easily. Like देख, तू प्रीमियर लीग ही मत आ. तू स्पेन में खेल, इटली में खेल या जर्मनी में खेल, your chances of going to a European final is obviously more over there क्योंकि the league is not that competitive. Like especially if you go to the big clubs. अभी तू यूनाइटेड क्यों आएगा कंपेयर टू अदर टीम्स. जैसे इफ यू गो टू अ लिवरपूल टीम, ठीक है, तो देयर आर प्लेयर्स ऑलरेडी कंपीटिंग. फर्स्टली इफ यू आर नॉट fully established, you're not going to start. You're going to be benched. You have to fight a lot compared to other players. And chances are कि you will not play regular football. पैसे उतने नहीं मिलेंगे, चांसेस ट्रॉफी के बढ़ गए. यूनाइटेड का एक एडवांटेज है, स्पेशली अगर तू ऐसे सिचुएशन में आ रहा है, यू इफ यू आर अ गुड प्लेयर यू विल बी द मेन मैन. You will have that center of attention. You will be given the game time क्योंकि players ये negotiate करते हैं how much game time is he gonna get, what's the position, कितना bench पे बैठेगा, क्योंकि फिर उनको issue होता है. Not everyone wants to sit on the bench and get paid. Some players do. We've seen it, we've had it, but not everyone. I'm very like बोलते हैं ना बहुत छोटा proportion है, like बहुत छोटा portion है ऐसे players का बैठा है. So, बहुत बड़ा एडवांटेज है ऐसे टाइम पे जो प्लेयर अभी अभी आएंगे ना, जैसे तूने बोला, दीज आर द राइट प्लेयर्स क्योंकि दे विल कम ओनली. हाँ, दिल का, क्योंकि पहला ऐसा था कि हम हाँ तुमको 300 देंगे 400 देंगे तो प्लेयर फिर भी आ जाता था. अभी वो भी नहीं देने वाले हैं क्योंकि हमारा तो कॉस्ट कटिंग इतना चालू है, मतलब कैंटीन बंद कर दिया, तेरे को क्या पैसे देंगे.
टिकट नहीं
तो सैलरी विल बी हाँ डिसेंट, जहां पे तुम जितना कमा रहे हो उससे तो ज्यादा ही होगा, बट इट कम्स विद प्रेशर. बट वो आएंगे सिर्फ क्लब के लिए एंड वॉट एवर द होल स्ट्रक्चर इज एंड वॉट एवर द होल प्रोजेक्ट ऑफ द मैनेजर इज. एडवांटेज अगेन, प्लस दे नो दैट दे डोंट हैव यूरोपियन फुटबॉल, तो वो स्ट्रेस नहीं है. दे ओनली हैव टू ट्रेन एंड प्ले इन दैट स्टाइल
and Premier League. And
focus on that.
It's actually
focus on that.
This guys, वो बोलते हैं ना, we always say this, that there's always light at the end of the tunnel, and after a dark night the sun rises. After the darkest of night, the sun will rise. I think no. I really think, Dwayne, this is going to kick us with Amorim. No,
before you go ahead,
let me complete. With Amorim at the helm, this might happen because I was reading a very good article about how he managed the team in Sporting days. When he came to Sporting, again, different leagues, different skill, everything different. But I'm just giving an anecdote. I don't know if you've read it or not, and for everybody who's watching us, when Amorim came to Sporting was in a very similar situation. They hadn't won anything for 25, 30 odd years or something. And Amorim he took over them in the middle of the season. Right? It was the middle of the season takeover. And that season, he was barely able to finish top 4 or top 6 with Sporting. But again, because that's in Portugal. He took the entire team. He didn't make a lot of changes that summer. Maybe added a couple players, got rid of a couple players, got 3-4 players that were that were earning a lot of money. He got rid of them. That's not the point. He took them over a summer for 2 weeks to somewhere. That's what he does every year. The entire crux of the team, he takes him over, trains there separately, not in the. In our case, it won't be Carrington or Old Trafford. Carrington, sorry. He takes them away somewhere. He functionally develops a feeling of a brotherhood within the team. And you see that when you look at Amorim. He's a very family-oriented kind of a person, a very United we stand kind of a human being. He does that. Yep. And then 2 weeks later, the same team which was playing shit comes back and plays in a very different setup, in a very different mode, and in a very different mentality. And that happened at Sporting Lisbon 3 years consecutive. And they won two
easily
chips or two,
even this year,
whatever, 2 titles there, right?
Yeah,
I'm hoping he does the same here with He's not going to get a lot of money to buy new players. He's not going to get a lot of players from the market. With academy and with the players that he's identified within the current setup that are his. It could Abad,
which is
Mount,
important.
Bruno, Mainu. By the way, Garnacho, fuck, he's out. He flipped yesterday.
Bro,
He went on a
what the
rant and
fuck?
he said shit. He's out. He's out.
He's out. He's
I
done.
don't no.
Um,
I've always not. I did not. I've not liked his attitude since day one. You've always said that 20 साल का है ये वो. No,
I was in 2 months, not now.
he's
I
out.
read it. I was shocked. I was like, you can't do that.
Faka
You
is out. Yeah.
like we've lost a final, and you come out and you say that, oh, let me talk about myself. You just can't do that. Not the time, not the place.
Like,
Like you say
that
it
shows your
later. That's
mindset.
complete.
That shows your mindset, not for
That's
the
like
team.
you're saving yourself. You're saving your value. You're thinking about yourself, not the club. You've
So
not lost. The club has lost the European final.
that's
You
why I'm saying
cannot do
these
that.
guys are out. Fredrickson,
Done.
Chidobi, ये रहेंगे. Heaven, Amas, Collier. I think, I really think, and I hope this happens. Amorim's gonna take these guys, push them in the summer for 2 months, gel them like a team, and I think we will see a younger, newer, quicker, faster team on a very less wage bill
Hopefully.
next year. And hopefully we do something good. But that is the best I can think of. And that's what I think that is exactly the reason that we've bought Amorim in.
See, that's the other thing. क्योंकि अभी already like जो तूने point बोला एकदम like it's on point. ठीक है, as a fan. But there are fans who already are like Amorim out. लौड़ा लहसुन ये वो. I'm like कैसे? एक तो पहला ये उसका टीम नहीं है. वो क्या तुमको अच्छा दे लाइक ओके हाँ बट हमको कुछ इम्प्रूवमेंट तो देखना है. क्यों क्यों इम्प्रूवमेंट देखना है? हम सालों से बोल रहे हैं कि ये प्लेयर्स छूते हैं. 4 मैनेजर बदल चुके हैं, कुछ नहीं हो रहा है. क्यों तुमको यही प्लेयर में इम्प्रूवमेंट देखना है? क्लोप को देख ले, आर्टेटा को देख ले. सबने 2-3 साल बाद सबको
That is,
निकाला
sorry.
स्लोली.
That
इट्स
is such a good point. क्यों लुक शॉ में इम्प्रूवमेंट देखना है जो 11 साल से इम्प्रूव नहीं हुआ है?
हाई और कितना. लाइक मैं वही बोल रहा हूँ कि लाइक तुम खत्म करो. लाइक एवरी वन आल वी ट्रोल आर्टेटा बट उसने टीम तो बनाया है राइट. नहीं जीता दैट्स अ डिफरेंट थिंग. आर्टेटा देख ले, क्लोप देख ले. दे फेस्ड आउट द होल फर्स्ट 11 व्हेन दे जॉइंड इन 2 years.
3 years, yeah, 2, 3.
एक सीजन में नहीं कर सकते. जैसे आई एम ओनली एक्सपेक्टिंग अमोरम टू हैव लाइक मैक्स टू मैक्स लाइक 4-5 प्लेयर्स मे बी.
बहुत बोल दिया.
क्या बोलता है, 4 से 5. क्योंकि अभी अभी जो है ये 3 महीना, दिस इज नॉट इम्पोर्टेंट फॉर द मैनेजर, दिस इज इम्पोर्टेंट फॉर द बोर्ड.